Hey guys, welcome to a brand new week. I realized I didn't start my vlogs out properly for a couple weeks. I just went in. If you noticed, I did do little things a little different, like areas where I'm not talking, I put in little, notes so that you guys know what's going on in the clip. Because sometimes I'm like, I think I have you guys guessing a lot of the times. Anyway, today I have the day off. It's extremely hot today. I didn't really vlog during the day or the morning because I was sleeping, and then my mom called me around 10 a.m. I had horrible sleep again because it was so hot. And my mom was like, I'm going to Costco. I need you to help me carry some stuff. Do you want to come? And I'm like, okay. Because I kind of want to go to Costco after, deciding on doing this challenge where I'm not doing takeout for how many months is going to be? I'm going to say 3 months for now. Basically, I'm going to be doing no ordering takeout, no buying food, no getting Starbucks, no Tim Hortons, no bubble tea, none of that stuff for 3 months. And basically that is an effort to save a lot of money because I technically do order takeout quite a lot because when I come home from work, I'm always so tired that I'm like, you know what, I'm hungry, I order takeout. So I'm gonna stop myself from doing that. So not only will I be saving money, I'll probably lose a lot of weight too. Because eating at home and cooking your own food is always a little bit better. So I'm allowed to buy prepared foods like rotisserie chickens or whatever because, those can be stretched for more than one meal. Because usually takeout is usually one meal and it's very expensive. Vancouver is expensive. I haven't gotten a cheap Uber Eats ever. So those particular chickens are like, pre-made like stuff I'm allowed. So today I went to Costco and you saw I bought 32 cans of Coke Zero because I was like, I'm pretty sure if I buy a bulk pop, it's cheaper for me. And you know me, I need my pop. So it is cheaper. It was technically cheaper by like $6 and it wasn't even on sale at Costco. So even when it's on sale, it's a better deal. So it's really good. So I went to Costco with my mom. She bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought some salady bits. I got like this shepherd's pie or something that takes about 45 minutes to cook in the oven. And I can easily portion to 6 meals. And this pie was $18. So if I portion to 6 meals, that's about $3 a meal. That's pretty good. I haven't tried it, but I think I tried it a long time ago, and it was not bad. So I'm $18 for like a shepherd's pie for 6 meals. It's not bad. And then I got some chicken wings, all that stuff. But yeah, my fridge is fully stocked, so there's no excuse for me not to cook. And, if I don't cook, I'm not allowed to order takeout, so guess what, I'm just going to starve, I guess. I did pick up some more of the granola bars. You can't see it from there, but I picked up some granola bars. This one has peanuts, nuts, and, chocolate on it. I always wanted to buy this version, but I couldn't buy it before I bought the more plain version because, I bring that to work sometimes if I want a quick snack or something. And I can't really bring that to work in the past because, I had associates that were allergic to peanuts, so I couldn't bring it. So now that I can buy it now. I'm sorry, no one's allergic to peanuts in my store now, so it's really good. And it has lots of protein, 10 grams of protein, not high in sugar, I think it was 3% sugar, so it's not too bad for bar, so that's good. I just got home from work and I had to really jump back on work because something came up and I had to find coverage for my store and for my colleague's store because something happened in his store and the only person that could help in my store was someone that's already scheduled to work. Long story short, I figured it out. So, how I always mentioned I hate having to do work now outside of work because I've trying to stop doing that, especially when I don't care about the store because it's not my store. But, part of me is always going to care. But also in these types of moments, you always find out which staff members you can always rely on. But you also don't want to always rely on them just because you know they're reliable, because you tire them out and you don't hold the other people accountable, especially the bad employees. Not bad. just more like lazy ones. So I resort from calling all the other ones first that aren't as reliable first before I call the person I really rely on. They all said no, and I even said, hey, just say no and blah blah. And they're always good, so we're good. I also have an interview scheduled later for 8 p.m. my time, and I don't know what time it is in New Zealand. It's a follow-up interview for this company that keeps trying to talk to me, which is good. I go for the experience, but I don't think the timeline's going to work. I haven't really talked about it, but yeah, the interview's at 8 p.m. It's going to be a Zoom call, and I'm going to make sure the background of my room isn't nasty because you're going to see it. So I'm going to quickly clean, tidy up a bit. I just preheated my oven. I'm going to make a shepherd's pie tonight. So yeah, I have until the oven's finished preheating to finish cleaning my room. Finished my virtual interview, grabbed a shower, and cleaned up the kitchen. Well, not much to clean up, but the cleanup. I must say, the Costco shepherd's pie isn't that bad. I would give it probably a good 7 out of 10. For value, it's definitely value. Ooh, what's going on? Oh, my hair's wet. It's definitely a lot of value for what you're paying for, and it's filling. Because there's a lot of mash. The one thing I don't like, the reason why I gave it 7 out of 10, was because it just felt a little dry because there's so much mashed potatoes and not enough sauce. Because the meat juices, there's a lot, but just not enough for the mashed potatoes. I feel if I were to get it next time, and I probably will because it's such a good value, I still have like a couple more meals out of it. Next time, I feel like I might just open a packet of gravy. Those times like just powdery form and just heat up in the stove and have some more of the sauce. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the shepherd's pie. I get why it's popular at Costco. It's value. Anyway, the interview went pretty well. It's the first job that seeked me out through my resume that I just left on the job website. Because here, no one reaches out to me. Trust me, no one reaches out here. And I left my resume public on Indeed and LinkedIn. And then I did the same for the Hong Kong sites. And this is the first one that reached out. And they're kind of for me for coming back to Hong Kong. But it's just, timeline is the issue. Because if I were to just take the job and leave, the 2 weeks notice I give my job and 2 weeks itself for me to get ready to leave is just, it is plausible if I just don't care. But the problem is, on a financial point of view, I can't do it. And honestly, it'll be a really rushed, and it'll just be me being me. It will just be a mess if I allow that to happen. So minimum, like, I haven't really worked it out in my head. I would at least need a month minimum to be able to, leave properly. So that is what me and the district manager or regional manager. I met with the district manager, I met with the regional manager, I met with the general manager. Like, they really want to talk to me. So it's just a matter of timing, I guess, timeline, if it works out or not. I'm not going to think about it too much because I don't know what's going to happen, so that's why I haven't really said much to you guys. Anyway, I am going to do a bit of editing, and then just take it easy, I guess. As you know, saw earlier, I did get Starbucks. Before someone said, hey, you failed your challenge. Nope, I didn't spend any money technically because I forgot I had gift cards. I realized ever since I decided to do this challenge, I had to be more creative. I was like, I have gift cards that I still haven't used. I have a stash of gift cards just in my house that I don't use. I just use it to save it for a rainy day. Like I have like this Indigo gift card. And then I think I still have some more Starbucks gift cards. Yeah, I have a Starbucks gift card in here. I have a Cactus Club gift card, guys. I got 2 more Starbucks gift cards right here, so I'm not spending any money. I'm just thinking outside the box. It's making me think and be creative and think of possibilities to get stuff I need without spending money. So this is not my money, they were gifts, right? So I forgot I had these. Wow, my hair looks horrible. My work week has finally concluded. I just did 5 days in a row when I didn't have to. Basically, there was supposed to be a corporate visit this week, and then I made sure I was, be available from Wednesday to Thursday. Oh, no, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But they canceled that, and then I was too lazy to rearrange the schedule. So it's my fault, but honestly, it's just, head office should have done a better job. Anyway, it's also been extremely hot, so my sleeping has just been awful. So, yeah, oops. So because of that, I'm just really tired all week. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably getting like 3 or 4 hours every day. Yesterday I got 6 hours. So I'm so glad I'm off the next 2 days. I actually have a weekend off, which is very rare. A nice weekend off, so I'm probably gonna sleep a lot. Apartment's not bad. Usually when I work a lot, the apartment suffers a bit, but it's not too bad because I have been cooking and not eating out. I've been good, and I've been really smart with my spending, like finding all my Starbucks gift cards. Too bad I don't have any way to get bubble tea or having to spend. I'm pretty sure there's a way, but I just don't want to think about it. Also, the 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and today I was, I was given something I'm not given something. Something came up, and it's technically good news. But right now my next 2 days off, I'm going to be pondering about it. So basically, I think 3 weeks ago, a company in Hong Kong contacted me because I stopped applying for jobs. I stopped applying in May when I got my job back to step in for interim store manager from the manager's maternity leave. So I stopped looking, and because I also wanted to start buying my plane tickets for Hong Kong and Korea. But I left my resume on the Hong Kong job website. It's like Indeed, but the Hong Kong version, I guess. But there's also Hong Kong Indeed, but it's called Jobs DB. I don't know why I wasn't hiding it. So I left my resume public there because I figured it's just gonna be like Canada, where I leave my resume public. No one's really gonna look into it. But I underestimated the fact that jobs in Canada suck right now. Looking for jobs, it's not reflecting Hong Kong. So our company reached out. It's New Zealand based, and they reached out through that website, and they're based in Hong Kong. They're growing in Hong Kong. And, they reached out and asked for an interview. And of course, they didn't know I was in Canada. I'm in Canada. So she was aware of it. And then she basically asked if I could start working in 2 weeks' time, basically leave my job. And I said, realistically, no, I can give 2 weeks notice, but I'm working full time in those 2 weeks. I can't pack up my life in 2 weeks when I'm working every day, right? It's impossible. And she's like, yeah, you're right. We had a nice chat. She was a very nice lady. But we came to realization it's not plausible. So we finished the interview. I felt great, meeting new people. And then I thought that was the end of it. And then a week after that, she reached out again, seeing if I would want to meet over general manager. And I was like, okay, I don't know why, because nothing's going to change. 2 weeks is not enough. But I'm like moving up the corporate ladder, I guess. It's a small company. I'm not going to reveal the name of it because there's no point. And then I had met with him. A lovely chat again, and then he said that 2 weeks is not possible, and then October, when my contract at my current job ends because the maternity leave for that store manager comes back. So he said, I can't wait for you in October. So I'm like, yeah, again, I figured, whatever, thank you again for your time. I really appreciate the time they put into this. So I thought that was that. But then they reached out again and asked if realistically how long would I need. And honestly, it's really hard to give them a timeline because there's a lot going on. Like, I have to pack up my apartment. I have to, like, put everything in storage. I have a car to deal with. And, you know, when I get to Hong Kong, you know, I can't find a place to deliver it away. Nor would I find a place to deliver it away. I'll get into that in a minute. And I have to get my banking stuff in order, Hong Kong tax forms. You know, I can legally work in Hong Kong. That's not a problem. It's just, it's a whole different world. I don't have friends in Hong Kong. You know, my relatives in Hong Kong don't really work, so they don't really have experience. So I'm going in blind, and you know, in general, you know, I going in a lot better than other people visiting other countries and working because, you know, it's a brand new place. They may not even speak the language. I have a leg up. Like I am a Hong Kong citizen, so I can work easier. So I shouldn't complain about that part. So I submitted a date in September, like the second week of September, like knowing the fact that they're not going to be okay with this. If they're not going to wait for October, I highly doubt they'll wait for September either. They responded saying, you know, that time that works for us. You'd like to extend me the offer. So they're drafting an offer right now, which gives me some time to really, really think about if this is what I want. Don't get me wrong. Like, during my early days, you know, many people explore and live in a different city or country when they're younger because, you know, they're more adventurous, they're more risk-taking, and, you know, they're not, you know, shy. Like, you know, growing up, I'm very shy and I get very anxious, you know, especially traveling. I'm nearing another milestone age and I haven't done anything like this my entire life. And, you know, given this opportunity, it's very rare for me to find a job before moving to a new place. So, you know, and there is a TikToker I watched that, you know, in his 40s, and he decided to go to Korea with nothing and just learn the language. See, I can't do that, but Hong Kong is like a safety net. Like, at least I speak Cantonese, you know, English is still pretty relevant there. They speak English quite a bit. There's lots of, you know, businesses are English. So I could do something like that. Like, I can't do the Korea thing because I'm too anxious as hell to do something that crazy and risky. So Hong Kong is kind of a safety net. So a part of me really wants to go for it, but at the same time, the old James, the anxious James, the one that worries a lot, is coming with all these problems that could occur. So it's just, I'm conflicted. Like, and also, you know, I screw over everyone I work with right now by leaving earlier than expected. So I'm a little conflicted. I talked to my mom about it. She again listed some positives, and, you know, the same worries that I had, she listed as well. I am her son after all. So I'm probably just, I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly, guys. I really don't. I'll probably take these next 2 days just to sleep because I'm tired as hell, but also really think about this because I don't think they'll respond to my emails anymore until Monday, which is my Sunday night. So I really have to really think about this because they're gonna probably expect an answer and me to sign the offer like now. So yeah, I'm just very conflicted right now. It's an adventure, and the reason why, the thing is, I'm pretty stable here. The only thing that's not stable right now in my life is coming October, I'm not gonna have a job, right? And from February to May, I couldn't find anything in Canada. I had multiple job interviews for Hong Kong, which was great, but I had basically almost nothing here, no leads whatsoever. So it's also great telling that it's not going to get any better in October either. So, you know, just a little bit, like, I have a stable apartment, you know, my rent's good, most of my family's here, so it's just, I would have to the biggest thing I have to give up is just this apartment. That's a good deal, because when I come back, or if I fail in Hong Kong, I'm not going to have such a good deal. So, but a part of me is like, you know, James, you don't have this opportunity that easily. People go to the city first, settle down, and find a job. So it's just, you know, a part of me is also thinking, you know what, if I screw up, I can just come back home earlier. You know, my plan is just to get out for a year, no matter what, to have that experience. But who knows, right? What's gonna happen? That's the reason why, even when if I do go, I'm not gonna find a permanent place to rent or stay at. I was just gonna do one of those service hotels, or a hotel that, you know, at monthly rates are cheaper than just a weekly rate. But it's roughly the same as rent, because the reason why I don't want to find a permanent place is most likely if I don't plan on staying is going to waste a lot of my time. If it's a hotel stay kind of stay, then it's, worth exploring. And I was thinking of that plan. Basically, I'll just do 3 months, which is my probation period. Like in 3 months, if I'm just not, go feeling good with it, I'll come back to Vancouver. And within my first month, I feel like this is awesome. I love it. Then I'll really start searching for an apartment and a place to rent for real in Hong Kong. So I'm already thinking like that as backup. So that's James, the old James thinking. This is a new thing to me. Thinking outside the box, stepping completely out of the comfort zone, jumping into the deep end. And most people are thinking, not really the deep end, James. You're from Hong Kong. Well, yes, but I didn't grow up there. I didn't go to school there. I've never worked there my entire life. I still treat this as a risk, but with a safety net kind of vibe. Because, it's not completely foreign to me. So yeah, I'm just going to be wrestling with that for a few days. Or God knows how long I have before I really have to answer. I don't know, guys. Alright, enough serious talk. I am in the process of setting up for my big staff meeting next Sunday. The reason I'm doing it a little early is because I want to get out of the way, because next week's going to be a little busy for me. I am going to Calgary again for another pointless district meeting. That's going to be fun, which is going to be interesting, because if I decide to go do this Hong Kong thing, I technically have to tell my boss on Wednesday. Anyway, no more serious talk. So, anyway, as I saw you guys last, I'm doing this Pokemon thing with them. So, but basically, it's like a communication icebreaker. Everyone's gonna be paired off in groups of 2, and then basically everyone's gonna get this Lego Pokemon thing to build. One person's gonna be unable to look at the directions, and can only use their hands, and the other person is going to have the instructions, but they are not allowed to touch any pieces. They can only communicate with the person building it. So it's a good way to just break the ice, have some fun, but at the same time, it's showcase the importance of communication. So yeah, I'm set it up because my thing is get all these parts opened up and then put the pieces into the Pokeballs itself, so that when I say 3, 2, 1, go, everyone starts building it. But the problem is, this one only came with 1 Pokeball, so 3 of them, I'm gonna group the pieces in a rubber band or a ball, and then put it under a hat. So when I say go, they just reveal the hat and they're good to go. So, yes. So I'm just gonna make sure everything's in order. So this one has the Oddish, Hoppet, Bulbasaur, and a Turtwig. And of course, I need a box cutter. Please hold. One thing I'm also concerned is that the instructions for the don't have enough Pokeballs, the instructions are all in one booklet. And I figured I was just going to cut the pages out and just put it underneath. But they're double-sided, so the Pikachu instructions, the front is Pikachu, but the back is the Quaxly. So I can't do that. So I think I'm going to have to photocopy them, which is kind of annoying. And hopefully it photocopies well. If it doesn't, then that's also an issue. Now this is good. Oh, good. Get all disassembled. So what I'm going to do is open these Pokeballs and put these packs inside. That's basically it. That's how I'm going to set up. Okay. Who's supposed to go on what ball? It also doesn't make sense. Like, a quick ball was for Bulbasaur. Like, Bulbasaur, I wouldn't use it for a quick ball. Right? And I think this is like the friendship ball or something? Pokeball. And this is like the safari ball. Like, these don't go with these Pokemon. Like, someone didn't do their research and marketing. But I'm gonna follow it. Bulbasaur gets the quick ball. So it pops off. I just put the thing in. And then, oh god, oh, it's not really fitting. Oh, actually, it kind of is. I'm just gonna be very careful. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit. Come on. It's not. It's too. Oh, yay! I basically used my day off today for a little reset, but I didn't really clean the apartment because it's not that bad. I was gonna clean it tomorrow. I did some laundry and then I just took it really easy because I spent most of the day just thinking about this opportunity I'm given. And it's just a lot to process. Because the one of the biggest factors is, I'm not worried about, having no job. Like if it doesn't work out in Hong Kong, I can always come back. My mom's gonna, have a place for me to live and stay if I really screwed up. But that's not even one of the worst case scenarios. The worst case scenario is one thing I'm really giving up. Not a big career here. The one thing I'm actually giving up here is my very affordable rent right now. Because we all know how rent is ridiculous in Vancouver, and I get a very good rate, and it's really, really good. And I'll be honest with you, I'm probably never gonna get that low ever again. But when I leave this apartment, so it is the one opportunity I am definitely losing, is my low rent. Because once I move out, go to Hong Kong, come back, I won't be able to find a place ever again this cheap. So that is what is also a huge factor in my decision making right now, because of my low rent. I've been able to save up a lot of money over the years. I've been able to pay off a lot of debt as well at the beginning, pay off my car and all that stuff. So this apartment has been really good to me, and has given me a lot of opportunity to pay off a lot of things. So by me taking this opportunity to Hong Kong, I lose out on this apartment. So that's one huge factor. Of course, the other factor is, if it doesn't really work out in Hong Kong, I can't adapt well. The work culture and the everything in general, I can't handle it, and I have to come back defeated. I am worried that it'll be really hard to find a job here again. But, I have some good connections, but that's not as big factor as this apartment thing. It's interesting. And finally, a third factor is I'm gonna be pretty much by myself. So, I didn't grow up in Hong Kong, right? So I didn't have any friends growing up there. Most of my friends are here. And then another factor would be probably, being alone is just kind of scary. Like I don't have anyone to talk to. But luckily, there's, technology. You can always just video call friends and all that stuff. So that's another factor. But, me. A lot of you guys watch my vlogs. I do like my alone time. So, it could be okay. I don't know till I'm in that situation. So, yeah. Still thinking about it. And honestly, I feel like tomorrow when I wake up, because the company I work for that wants to hire me is based in New Zealand. So they're a day ahead. So they're probably going to want a response to me on tomorrow night when I open my email. So I'm going to have to see if they can let me. I want to talk to my district manager at my current job, because I'm very transparent with him. So I feel like I'll have more of a bigger picture once I talk to him. Like I'm not quitting. Yeah, I just want to talk to him and see, and just see, I guess. Because if he has an opportunity for me, then, me going to Hong Kong, that is just still it'll diminish a lot, because I'm just worried in October I'm not going to have a job. And, I got to make ends meet. That's always a big thing for me. And then finally, another big thing is I've never done something like this in my entire life. Always played it safe. Didn't step out of my comfort zone because, I get anxious and all that. I can't always use that as an excuse, right? So, I feel I'm in a good place in my life. I feel relatively safe. I feel I'm capable. So I feel it's time to take this step and step outside of my box. You're never too old to just try something new. But anyway, yes, the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? Anyway, I was so distracted with all this decision making that I didn't make a purchase yesterday. And it's not buying food or anything. I actually bought something I need, and I might have to go back. So basically, I do have a friend that works at Herschel. And I do also, I wouldn't even work for Herschel, but you know, that interview didn't pan out. Maybe they'll open Hong Kong, who knows? If they do, that's exciting. Anyway, so I have a friend that works at Herschel, and she gave me a coupon for a discount that I haven't used and expire. And I was like, you know what? I've always had the standard Herschel backpack, like the small one. This one. I always had this one. And it's a good size. I used it for school. Like, not this one, but I've always had one for school. It's for university. But I never got, like, I had the bigger one, but I got rid of it a long time ago. So, I got it again. And thanks to my friend's discount, it wasn't that bad. I do like Herschel as a company. I do like their bags, and they've really expanded over the years. Apparel items and everything. And, you know, I wasn't buying this just for the fact that I might go to Hong Kong. It's just for the fact that I don't have a larger backpack. It's always these small ones, and then, you know, I have the messenger bags. And then I don't do duffel bags. I just think they look ugly with them. I only wanted to do bigger backpacks because this time for the district meeting coming on Tuesday and Wednesday, I had to bring a huge ass binder. And, you know, every time I pack this for my district meeting, it's just enough, but it's pretty stuffed. And since I have a huge binder and some other work to bring, I figured I might as well get this, and then I can always use it for Hong Kong. And I was also looking at the Herschel suitcase, the big giant one, expensive as hell. But I was also looking at it, I was like, oh, I really want it. It's really nice, it's slick. It has a TSA like lock, so TSA agents don't have to break it to get inside. So I really like it, but you know, it's expensive and I technically don't need it. I have a giant suitcase I used to travel with that I used for Hong Kong and Korea before. But if I do take the job offer in Hong Kong, I think I will splurge and get that suitcase. Because I will be using it a lot and I would have to bring a lot of stuff, so something. Also, one thing I probably have to consider getting, that I really have to buy, is probably a laptop. Because I'm not going to bring my beautiful computer over. I'm not going to bring my iMac over. It's just annoying to travel with that kind of stuff. So I haven't had a laptop for years because, you know, once I finish school, I don't really have to bring a laptop. At most, I have an iPad. But I would like to have a laptop again because I might not be using it to game, but I need to edit videos. I'm still going to vlog over in Hong Kong if I go. So if I decide to go, I might get a laptop. And believe it or not, I'm actually not going to get a MacBook. I might look into like a cheaper option because, you know, if getting an expensive one would be nice and I could game on it, but you know, I don't need to do that. Right? My main goal is to have something to edit my vlogs on and TikToks on. So I don't think I'm going to splurge for a MacBook. I might go for a cheaper, like non-Apple product. If it can play video games, great. If it can't, that's okay too. I'm gonna, you know, look around, shop around, but yeah. But that's if I decide to go. And honestly, guys, I really have no answer. But for all we know, by the time you guys are watching this vlog, I may have made a decision. Who knows? I feel once I talk to my mom and dad, and we work out all the crazy scenarios in my head, because I get that from my mom. My mom's already like listing other things that I have to be aware of that I didn't even think of. So once I talk to my mom and dad more, and even talk to my district manager about my future at my current job, I will have just a better idea. But I just wish I had more time to think about this. Time is not on my side this time around. Anyway, it's pretty late. I got so distracted thinking. I'm actually really tired. So before I start spiraling again, I'm just gonna head to bed. So which is I'm in the week here. I'm sorry it's been a huge rant at me talking all week, but there's a lot going on. So I'll see you all next week.